And we're live.
All right. So we're going to backtrack just a tiny smidge of a bit. Just to the point after you got your sending stones and listened to your new mission key. And you went back downstairs, talked to the barkeep of the Gold Dragon Inn, and found out where Gallus Fire is, learned about the Bardic, the festival that goes on there and how they have like a music focus. In fact, he notices that you have instruments, and of course he asks, I assume that's where you're, while you're here and you're headed to Gallus Fire to perform, of course, and if I don't mind my asking, what is the name of the band, or do you play individually?
What did he say? What is the makeup of the band?
If you have a name for your band.
We haven't really talked about it.
Brian, what did we land on last that we thought sounded pretty cool?
Oh yeah, you had some.
Oh man, I don't remember. Well, we can go back in the thread and find
at some point, or do a random band name thing. It's almost like
I think that's what I did actually.
We are terrible at naming parties in this group.
Mm-hmm. We are,
but this is like the ultimate group that needs a name because you're a literal band.
Yeah, we need to come up with something. Yeah, I know. Every time you want us to come up with a name for a party in any game, we just don't because we can't.
You can't be Psychic Fish because that's taken. Just saying. Fuck off! Oh, I do it because you lie, because you react.
I'm not seeing.
I hate that name.
I love it.
99% of the reason why I poke Hunter.
Yeah, you get the reaction. Yep. Yep. All right. Well, you do a little small talk with the bartender. Not going to get too detailed into that. But when you set foot outside, you notice a commotion going on at the museum across the street. There are a large number of town guards, which are dressed slightly differently than the museum guards. You see a robed person, probably of some kind of a clerical designation, as well as the guards. Now you see there are 8 of the museum guards present. One of them, a man that you tied up and stuffed under a couch somewhere, is being questioned by 3 of the city watch. The other 7 are being tended to by the clerical medical practitioner, checking their heads for wounds and such. And you notice of those 7, you see Violet off to the side being vehemently spoken to by Miss Arkin, the elf that runs the place. You see lots of hand gestures. She definitely looks agitated, and by the expression on Violet's face, she is in some serious trouble.
She was drinking.
Do you have any actions, or are you going to maintain a healthy distance?
I vote maintain a healthy distance.
Hey, me too.
Self-preservation.
I don't know what healthy distance means.
You have any actions?
I mean, I don't know.
Nope.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like even she would want us to just mind our business.
You were told that the trip to Gallus Spire is going to be 100 miles, roughly 4 days travel.
Yep.
And I think somebody, I don't remember who it was, had recommended either finding someone to hire on with or a better means of transportation. Not that horses or anything actually shortens the travel time in 5th edition, but but you were told that there are better ways to get around than just 4 days on foot. And you did see a big airship at one point. Not that there's any around at the moment to hire, but
Oh, there might be a boat going upriver. Do they have steamships in this?
it wouldn't be steam, but you wouldn't really know that anyway. Just a quick walk through the town. It's just one main street with a few little tributary streets with mostly houses and a few businesses and stuff. But you do see there is a dock area, but from here, what you see is mostly like fishing type ships. Actually, the town's not even right on the river, so they're more like swamp skimmer boats. So, assuming the swamp connects with the river itself, there's probably not a lot of upriver travel from here. But you do see a building that looks kind of like a stable or a caravan supply building. And there's a couple big fancy coaches out front.
I think we should approach and ask about hiring on for a trip to Gallspire.
All right. As you approach, you see that there is a house logo. There's like a stamp that says, "We only use the finest mage-bred horses from house," and I've already forgotten the name of the house that does the
Mage bread.
magic.
You feed your horses mages,
No, that's mage fed.
but you make bread out of mages?
Mage bread.
mage bread. BRED, not EAD.
I know. I didn't say my character was the most intelligent person.
Right. I don't know what your intelligence is actually.
I don't think
No, I think they breed with the horses.
That would be House Vidalis is the mage bred horse.
What happened to the character?
That's a good brand of onion.
It's like in partnership with House Orion, only the finest passage provided here. And
so different in dark mode.
oh yeah.
Oh, I'm not that dumb.
And okay. But a quick how many of you are going into the shop? Like, what is everybody doing in general right now?
I'm gonna just
bread horses.
Okay.
I'm gonna approach somebody who it looks like they might be in charge.
Mage bread.
Actually entering the building itself.
Yep.
Okay. Anybody else going in, or you hanging around outside? You can see some of the horses outside if you walk around the back of the building.
I'll go in with them.
Okay.
I want to see the horses.
All right. So if you're checking out the horses because you're curious what a mage-bred horse is, visibly they don't look terribly different than regular horses, unless if you make an animal handling roll. If you're checking out the horses. All right.
Suppose I will.
They look like horses. Oh my gosh. Being the resident girl in the group, she knows all about horses. Oh, but so does Gunnar. They are like, not being a horse person myself, I wouldn't know how to describe this, but their muscles are in all the right places. They've got that perfect thickness to
they have
something
their
about
musculature
their
on the inside.
Yes, the musculature is definitely located underneath the skin.
So these are the Clydesdales of the
They are-
role-playing world.
They are almost, you know, the joke in WoW where the girls can all wear the same clothing because they all have the same body type. The horses are almost like that. They're like maybe slightly different colorations, but they're all built
Right.
buff.
You can see each defining area of
Yeah.
muscles, and like it doesn't quite look healthy because they probably look dehydrated, and because the definition is so perfect.
They did a quick pump before you came around the corner, so they would
Right,
pop
right.
out all their muscles.
Right.
Yeah. Exactly that. And the carriage itself, assuming you walk around the building, so you walk past one of these carriages. They're like massive coaches, like the stagecoach you'd see in the Wild West, but a little bit longer. Probably seat 6 people comfortably on the inside, plus another 4 to 6 on top. There's a larger one that holds 4 horses and a smaller one that just runs with 2. And they're all decked out in like all the latest features. You see continual light lamps mounted to the front and rear. Just very fancy, more elaborate than what you would have seen on your various home worlds.
They certainly have a lot of magic here.
Yes, that goes without saying. So, Imrion and Eurixus walk inside the shop. And inside the shop, you see a dwarven guy. He's got a big braided beard, and unfortunately for him, the top of his hair is kind of receding a bit. He is in conversation with a... Hold on one second. There's a couple that you saw at the gala the night before. You see a Warforged, and you see a slightly portlier elf, and the elf is discussing with the man the cost of daily rates, renting a driver, basically the minutia of renting a carriage. And he spots you enter, and he says, I assumed... What? Sorry, give me a second. Let me focus. That's not what he says. He sees you enter, and he smiles. He sees your instruments, because you're definitely bards. You're carrying... You're packing. And a grin spreads across his face. And he says, if we are concluded here, sir, I must speak to these nice gentlemen. And the dwarf is like, yeah, of course, tomorrow morning then, sun up. We'll have it ready for you. Very good, he says. And he turns and he kind of arms outstretched. He comes walking toward the two of you and says, come, can we speak a moment?
Yes.
And he kind of guides you out through the front door. He says, I saw you this morning at the Gold Dragon Inn. Perhaps didn't see me. I was stepping out quickly, didn't have time for breakfast. But I couldn't help but notice you are definitely musicians, are you not?
Correct. We are.
We are.
Are you traveling to Gallespire, perhaps?
Perhaps.
We're trying to. We're actually looking to see if we can hire on with a caravan or another group going up that way.
Well, it just so happens that I have an astounding offer to make you. But before we go any further, he kind of leans in conspiratorially. He says, do you have an agent?
What's the
Not present.
Well, you see, I am in the business of looking for new talent to hire for the guild, and I did not recognize you, so I thought perhaps you were without an agent as yet. So perhaps you could travel with me. I will, of course, pay for every night at the Gold Dragon Inn. I have a relationship with the guild there, and we will discuss your future prospects as a band. There are more of you than just the two of you, yes? I seem to recall seeing a larger group.
Oh boy.
There are about 5 of us.
Yes, perfect. The wagon will seat... Was it 8? He says to the Warforged. And the Warforged, which is like a good 1.5 taller than this guy, kind of looks down at him and says, yes, sir.
Excellent. Room for our DM and everything.
No, what? You're what? He says, no, that's...
Our agent.
You said 5, that's me and Ajax, and then the driver. Yes, okay. 8 is perfect. tomorrow at sunrise, meet me here, and we will take that. And he points at the smaller of the two wagons, the 2-horse model. He says, "Are you staying at the Gold Dragon tonight?" It is where you put in.
That's the
rooms.
plan.
Well,
That's our plan.
perhaps you might perform so that I may see what I'm bargaining for.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Very good, very good. You can make an insight check if you want, but I think he's pretty easy to read. Those two of you that are there. Okay. You want to roll Imrion insight?
Goddamn right. Where'd
Okay.
my character sheet go? Where'd my character sheet go?
Heck yeah, he does.
There is it. Fucking Christ.
My banana bread is not done yet.
I mean, not that it's not terribly obvious anyway, but Eurixus, you almost see dollar signs behind his pupils as he's talking to you.
Yeah, but that's okay. I mean,
Right.
As long as some of those go to us.
What he doesn't know won't hurt you.
as long as he's not trying to screw us over.
Oh, he introduces himself. Because that would be a good thing to do. He introduces himself as... Come on, buddy, what's your name? Lucius de Thurani.
Oh, that's close to what I thought it was going to be.
Oh, yeah? What was your guess?
Maximilian Shrek.
Right.
I'm
If I
pretty
do
sure that's
this...
the guy from View to a Kill.
Oh, Maximilian Shrek. He was the villain in Batman Returns.
Oh,
I think
you're right,
Played,
yeah.
Also played by, what's his name?
Christopher Walken.
Yes.
Did that guy pop up or no?
No.
Okay, you're on a different page, so it doesn't surprise me. But yeah, he also introduces his manservant Ajax, which is this large, looks like a robot.
Warforged?
Warforged, yep. But you wouldn't know what that is. It's the only one that you've seen here in town so far. And yeah, you know from experience that the Gold Dragon Inn costs about 2 gold per night for a room. So if he's offering to pay for 8 nights, that's, a good 8 to 10 gold. But just judging from his outfit, he seems to have a decent amount of money. I mean, in case nobody notices, the Thorani is one of the dragon-marked houses. For the Eberron folk here, which is almost none of us. I had to do research to do this. But yeah, so he will head back to the Gold Dragon himself because that's his quarters. But he stops. He's walking back generally with you. If you guys came out from behind, or do you wait for him to leave?
I'm gonna walk up to Tegan.
Okay.
And I'm gonna like a bumper kind of. What? Not a vampire. Just gotta kind of bump her on the shoulder or upper arm and kind of point casually in the direction of the Warforged. Because
Okay.
I'm guessing his companion is traveling with him. Right?
Yeah. He said this. He said as much.
What do you think? You think there's a gnome in there? I think there's a gnome kind of just like pulling some dials and switches, moving that thing around.
It was definitely made by a Tinker Gnome.
Having come from Planescape, you've seen things like Modrons and stuff too. So you've seen automaton-looking creatures, but this guy's probably the biggest
Exactly.
machine you've seen.
There's a gnome in there. There's definitely a gnome in there.
It's a
That's Mother
Baby
Silver,
Yoda.
by the way.
It's the IG. Yes.
There's a little gnome inside.
It's like, have you finished this season of The Mandalorian? That tiny little puppet guy? It's one of those.
Bobo Frick or whatever his name is.
yeah, that guy. I love those guys. They're the only good part of the last Star Wars movie there. Do you have any other actions for the day? They wander off back to the inn.
I was gonna say travel rations, but we don't even need that because we're gonna be stopping at every inn on the way there.
Mm-hmm.
After talking to Tegan, I'm gonna go up to Imran
Okay.
Yeah.
and be like, I think you're pretty bold. I think you should be this band's agent.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Wow, that didn't take much convincing.
Yeah.
He's probably the smartest one here.
All right. So
Conceded much.
No, that's me saying it.
do some agency thing stuff.
Are you going to negotiate our rate and stuff? Am I still talking to the guy? I mean, I guess we walked away.
Yeah, he's heading back to the inn. And
So
you
we
are-
haven't negotiated our rate or anything like that. Have we? And we haven't signed on yet.
No, and you get the idea that that's why he's offering to give you the ride, so that he can discuss those kind of terms over the next 4 days.
Okay. Yeah, I will. I will negotiate our rate. Do I have any cool manipulative skills?
That'd be persuasion or deception.
Yeah, persuasion or deception. I can use to try to.
I mean,
Oh, I totally have
Bard
both.
doesn't have those two.
Yeah,
But do you have them at a 6?
Me.
I have deception at 6 and persuasion at 6. Yes.
And performance at 6, and... Oh, wait, no, that's
Yeah.
me.
But my performance score only refers to horizontal.
Oh, is that right?
No.
Well, it's lucky that I'll never see that.
that's just a straight dex check.
Athletics.
Athletics, there we go. That's the one. Or acrobatics, depending on your style, I suppose.
Checking banana bread again.
Okay. Do you have any other actions you want to take in town? Reminding Gunnar that Violet wanted to have dinner with you tonight at the Gold Dragon. She mentioned it before you even went to stay there. I listened back today.
Okay.
Wait, Violet wants to have. Violet's not the girl that hired us, right?
No, she's the one that got drunk and was talking nice to Gunnar because.
Oh yeah. Okay, the gunner thing. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I just didn't. I was gonna say we shouldn't be seen with that. It's Danny or something like that. That
Darrison is the one that was conscious.
No, but the girl that hired us was Danelle.
Oh,
Like that.
Danelle, yeah, she's long gone.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. If you're heading back toward the inn, you are approached by a guard, and he has a parchment in his hands, and he says, "Pardon me, I hate to interrupt you, folk, but have you seen this woman?" He turns the parchment around, and there's a sketch of Cassie Danelle. He says, "We think she might be traveling with two burly males." Does anyone
Who's
speak?
there when he says this?
I'm assuming that the five of you are generally heading back toward the inn at this point, or you're. It's
Oh,
not a
okay.
very big town, not a very long street, so just wandering down the main street, they would approach
Okay.
you as a group.
I'll say I've never seen her before.
All right, make a deception roll. You opened your mouth. Roll.
My favorite.
Oh yeah. He's like, all right. Well, if you do spot her, or any large thug-like males that look like they don't belong here, then please let the authorities know. She stole
Absolutely.
something rather valuable, and there's a reward in it if you return it.
Anything to help.
Thank you. Live life well, citizen. And he thumps his chest and walks off.
Right.
Do I look large and thug-like?
Yes.
Or
Yes, you do.
You kind of do. No one else really does.
Yeah.
Everyone knows you're just 3 cats in a trench coat.
3 kobolds.
3 kobolds.
Well, if you have any gear you'd want to purchase or anything along those lines, you can just let me know. Otherwise, we will assume that you just wander the town and kill time.
So, 2 things. One, I'm considering getting the materials to make myself a one of the other instruments I can play using my woodworking skill or wood carver's tools. Which is it? Okay, I have Glor and Longhorn, so how much does a Glor cost? And if I'm remembering right, the rules are crafting something costs half as much as buying it normally.
Yeah, I can't remember off the top of my head, but that sounds about what I was going to do anyway.
Okay. Doesn't seem like the compendium thing immediately says what the cost of a Glor is, though. GLAUR? Yeah.
See if the Forgotten Realms wiki has a price. Ooh,
That's going to be the name of my next animal companion.
Glar?
Yep.
One of my favorite things about gaming with EJ is her love of animal companions. If there's a universal theme throughout EJ's characters, as many of them have animal companions.
Chris, I'm going to say that you don't really know how much it's going to cost, and having never crafted one before, you're going to be winging it.
Okay.
But based on what I'm finding, what is that? A Glar? GLAUR, right?
Yeah.
That is a horn.
Mm-hmm.
So you're making it out of wood. You need metal. You couldn't make that out of wood.
Okay.
I was like, that's why the costs are so wildly different, because it's based on the metal you're making it from.
Oh, okay.
Because I was like, I have three prices here, and I didn't know what the difference was. It's like, if it's brass, it's 75 gold.
Wow.
Got it. Yeah.
Okay, well, I guess I won't be making one then. I guess I'll look around and see if anyone is selling any of them, but I'm not sure if I'd have money.
In this town, not really.
Okay.
But, assuming you ask around a few people, you pop into a couple general goods shops looking to see if they have any used instruments, or crossing your fingers in hope. And a shopkeeper asks, "What are you looking for?" You attempt to explain it, and basically you get told, if you're going to Galaspire, it's a relative gathering of musicians coming up here in the next month or so. You might be able to find something like that there.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Of course. Now, as you get closer to the inn, and you get outside the museum again, you see that the guards, both varieties, have generally dispersed. But the elf and a couple of the city guards are still standing out front, talking. She looks extremely agitated, and not making an insight roll, just by the guard's posture, they're kind of over it already. We'll look into it, ma'am. If anything turns up, we'll take care of it. But for now, we can't dedicate tons of resources to hunting down a woman who's gone missing. And As you walk close enough, we'll say you hear her say, "Why don't you institute a door-to-door manhunt?" Ma'am, we don't have the jurisdiction for that, nor does it seem relevant for the theft of a green glowing stone, as you put it.
Ma'am, ain't nobody got time for that.
She's going full on Karen now.
She kind of is going Karen, yes. I mean, the body language says it all. The crossed arms, the "don't you know who I am" stance.
RBF.
And they really don't seem to care much, which just seems to make her get madder. And eventually they disperse. And she kind of just sits on the stairs in front of the museum with her arms crossed and just like...
Can I throw my voice and make kind of a hissing noise behind her?
I don't think so, unless you have a spell to use. But again, unless you have no other actions, you head back to the inn, kill time, get a meal and whatnot.
Oh, is it dinner time?
It's lunchtime. It's not dinner time yet,
Okay.
but it can be dinner time. Whenever, if nobody has any actions, there's no reason to drag this out.
Well, I will. One thing I will do is we should probably put our ill-gotten gains in the magic bag, as well as perhaps I will put my longsword in there as well. And I don't know, is it going too far to go bury it somewhere just in case someone finds it and wants us to dump it out, or?
The bag of holding?
Yeah.
It's up to you. I'm not going to tell you what to do.
Why would we want to bury it?
We're not gonna bury it, okay? It looks like a clutch purse, and you know I'm holding it
Sure.
because it's pretty. And even if we dump it out, it's not going to pour any of our ill-gotten gains out because we're not going to be reaching into it and thinking it.
Now, if you turn it inside out, Jamie was right. It will dump all the contents out.
Yeah, but I don't think anybody's going to know it's a bag of holding, right? So,
Right. It doesn't look like
Well,
it doesn't
if you-
say bag of holding in the side
If you
in
reach
big gold
into
letters.
it, you'll know.
Right.
Because where the clutch purse is only like, a foot down or whatever.
Your arm disappears from
Arm
the
in
elbow.
and be like, wait, what's going on here?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we're all smart enough to not reach into a small purse down to our elbow.
Right, but I mean, he's saying if someone was searching you and they opened your bag, they'd be like, "This is a strange bag." I guess when you want to turn it
But-
inside out, you reach in and you imagine the
You-
bottom of the bag
You
and
also
it
gotta
becomes in
ask,
your hand.
is the average town guard gonna know anything about magic items?
Here?
The general use of magic items?
Right.
Are they gonna know that if they turn a bag of holding upside down and push the inside out, all that stuff's gonna fall out? Is that standard knowledge?
I was just talking about opening up, not turning it inside out, but turning it upside down and kind of shaking it a little bit.
Oh, in case they
Nothing's going to come out of there.
not letting them touch it.
Right. Can you open your bag? Can you dump it out, please? Yeah, of course I can dump it out.
Right.
Okay, yeah, so bit excessive, but
Because if you take something that's this big and you just tip it over,
Yeah. Nice. Make a mess.
But yeah, I do suggest we put the goods and my sword in there just in case. But yeah, other than that, I guess just kind of go about town, kind of sightsee a bit, maybe see if we see any sign of those poor guards anywhere.
All right.
The museum ones, I mean.
Right. It's early afternoon, and you know that they were up technically all night, although I guess they did kind of sleep. Some of them crammed in a toilet. Make sure I'm on the right layer. Okay. Yeah, you don't see anybody around town. So I'm gonna say, I'm gonna bring this over here. You should be able to see. Yes? No?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. There's no fancy lighting on this one. It's mid-afternoon-ish, and actually, nope. I'll put you away, and I'm gonna go grab the other two folks if I can find where I put them. Sorry.
Yeah, we probably should discuss what. I mean, I guess we're a band now, apparently.
Yeah, we were a band before.
Well, we went to the same school, but
There's a few other people in here, but I'm not gonna
What was we
populate the.
doing when this game started? We were leaving the school together, right?
You were still taking classes technically, although you're at that level of almost graduating where it's like
But were
picking
we
up supplementary classes.
Were we leaving like the same class?
Yeah, you were. You had class together,
Alright.
and then that was when the theft resulting in you meeting up with a creepy guy started up.
That's the name of our
Yeah.
band, the Classless.
That's cool too, man. It doesn't have to be funny or long. The Classless is actually a pretty decent name.
This map is somebody online's interpretation of the Gold Dragon Inn.
mm-mm.
Or it could also be called the One Class.
So it has a whole stage up here. So many tavern maps don't actually have a stage on them, but this one does, and I like it. So you're, just hanging out in the one common area where you can discuss band names or whatnot. And the two of you have met in person. Well, the one guy, basically. He approaches your table and with hand extended, and he says, it's good to see the rest of you. I've introduced myself to your companions. He gestures toward Eurixus and Imrion. But I don't believe I had the pleasure of meeting the rest of you. I am Master Lutheus de Thorani. And I believe you will be traveling with me. Yes?
Yes. Yes. Maybe.
What
have-
are you a master
Maybe
of?
Yes.
We will.
I represent the Musicians Guild. And...
Oh, that sounds unfortunate.
Oh, no. It is a very rewarding business.
Okay. Okay. Sounds a little socialist, but all right.
A little socialist.
I've spoken to your friends, and I believe you don't have representation in the music industry here, and I can get you some gigs and some decent financial exposure, and make this a lucrative business for you. You seem to be fresh off the boat, as they say.
Indeed, we've barely performed together.
Ah, well, you see, behind me there is a stage.
You want us to get up there when we have nothing prepared?
Oh, I didn't realize that you hadn't practiced together before.
Well, am I present for this?
Yeah, everybody's at the table.
All right. I'm just interested in knowing if you'd rather negotiate our rate for the caravan now or after we perform.
It would make good travel discussion.
It would make good travel discussion.
And I guarantee you, whether you choose to be represented by myself or not, the offer for the ride and the lodging still stands.
No, well, I will be representing us, but we can discuss. the particulars as we go throughout our time together.
Yes, well, obviously, these particulars are based on how well you perform together. So, when you've worked up something, we could try it on the road, I suppose. Although you don't necessarily want to make a lot of noise on the road, that's why I thought maybe this acoustically sound.
No, we could. I don't mind performing. Tegan tells me that Majesty has some performance issues.
Lies. Lies. In fact, I start making my way up to the bed.
Hey, the girls talk.
All right. Let's go rock. Fuck it, man. Rock and roll, dude.
All right. So then I want to know what instruments everybody has on hand.
That's an excellent question because we might have like the worst assortment.
5 drums. Yeah.
we call ourselves Stomp.
Well, you say that, but I do have a drum. We're actually not so recycled percussion.
I have a violin.
Nice.
Or a fiddle.
I have a lyre and a lute.
You're all liars.
I mean, yeah.
Well, I definitely am.
I mean, that is our class.
Ouch.
All right, so we got a couple string instruments, but those will work well together. Do we have any
I
any
believe Chris
percussion?
has a
rhythm?
drum.
Well, I'm a drummer. I got the
You want to? Okay, so you'll be our rhythm section.
I
What
just
about Jamie
have a
and-
drum.
All right, we have 2 drums.
Oh.
2 drums, 2 strings.
I can do
I
interpretive dance.
usually sing, so I have my
Oh.
voice, and I
Okay.
believe I'm trying to find it on my character sheet here, but I have
Wait a
a dulcimer.
Dulcimer. Ooh.
Oh, that's cool.
See,
You
I,
can sing and
specialize
dulcimer.
in storytelling, so
Spoken word songs.
indeed.
Right?
She's the songwriter.
Yeah, so we can have like Jamie sings a few songs, EJ tells a couple stories, go back and forth, round it out a little bit.
Right. And once you've picked up your colleges, then it kind of gets a little bit more specialized.
Yeah,
We'll
all right.
have a couple guys juggling daggers on stage.
I can just imagine we're gonna get up there, and I'll start my story with "There once was a ship that sailed the sea."
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't mention I was going to require you guys. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to require anybody to sing.
What?
That's when I quit a game.
What? I'm so prepared to sing War Pigs.
They're always prepared to sing War Pigs. We know that.
Where's the DM?
All right.
Where's the DM? DM, get in here, DM.
Bonus XP.
I'm singing this
God.
song. I'm singing this song as my character in the Dragonlance game, Salvador, the racist.
Oh, God. You remember that? Or is it just the videos that someone had to show you?
No, I fully remember it.
Wow.
Go ahead, just slide your hand up and down that microphone pole, nice and slowly.
Right.
Did you tie something around the top of it, too?
Yeah, scarf. Your
Yeah.
back scarf.
And my unicorn.
And well,
Oh, yeah.
you know,
You were
unicorns-
violating my stuffed animal.
Well, unicorns make everything special, so.
That's true. All right. I want a group performance check. If you're not playing an instrument, Jamie, then you don't get advantage.
Is there a difference between a group performance check and a regular performance? Is it like averaged out? How do you do that?
Yeah, I'm gonna take basically the average.
You know I'm gonna roll tutorial.
Whoa, shite.
Told ya, I'm good.
Yeah. See, Torval. I cannot roll above a 5.
All right.
I
I'm assuming that everybody's playing except Majesty is singing, right? Oh yeah.
Are we missing one?
Yeah, Brian hasn't rolled.
Yes, I did.
Oh, you did?
Gunner.
11.
Oh yeah, who hasn't rolled? Oh,
Gunner.
Gunner, yeah. Well, all right, 19.
Well, I'm
23.
really more of a poet, but
Right.
He's a
Right, but
poet
you're
and
all
he didn't
trained
even
in
know it.
right. You're trained in instruments, but most of you, I think, are actually more linguistically inclined.
Yeah, I feel like Imrian's getting lost in the music and just so like fucking like closing his eyes and thinking, "Man, I'm rocking so fucking hard." And then he hears Tegan and he's like, "Oh,
Yeah, that's right.
Well, now here's here's the way it works. If you are playing and singing, you get advantage because you're basically, if the instrument you're playing you are proficient in. That's the rules in Xanathar's Guide. Because you're enhancing your own ability with another of your own abilities.
So what happens when we roll like on the instrument? Like if I click lyre or lute, will it come up with like a number?
Yes, it'll pop up and it'll ask you
attribute?
which attribute you want to use. And if it's like a wind instrument, I would say you could use your con. Percussion, I would say you could use your con or strength because you're pounding down on it.
It comes up asking for the lute if I want to use strength. I would say it should be dexterity, shouldn't it?
You should have a drop down. Lute, would be dexterity for sure. Lute and lyre both. If it's a stringed instrument, that's going to be your dex.
Huh.
Yeah, you could actually put them in permanently that way too. With the two rolls that are above a 20 and then the 19, Majesty's kind of cracking some notes a little bit.
Yeah, but then I do a dulcimer solo.
Yes, in the middle of the song. You see the Warforged seems to be unmoved at the moment, but the elf guys, he closes his eyes and you catch his foot tapping a little bit now and then. And
Guys, the Warforged are into it. Place a medal.
Ouch. And the corner of his mouth kind of comes up a little bit. And he's like,
No
yeah.
No.
I think we could work
Remember,
with
it's
this.
a gnome inside there, so gnomes are into holes in the ground, and we all know who lives in holes in the ground. Rednecks. So, country music.
But is he a rock gnome?
A lot of halflings lived in holes in the ground.
He makes a request. He says, "Do you know the such and such song that you've never heard of?" And I don't know any good.
Hum a few bars. Maybe we know it by a different name.
He will hum a few bars, and it is not a tune you recognize.
Sounds a little like Mortar Canyon's Fanciful Flight.
I don't think I know that.
Hey, you know what? We don't know the song, but we know a song with a similar vibe. Let's do Morgan Cannon's something or other flight.
Sure.
All right.
All right.
So
Let's say this is a song that has vocals for everybody. You have a lead, but everybody sings the chorus together.
Oh,
So
nice.
You can all roll performance with advantage.
All right.
I want to see what ridiculous
Giggity.
numbers we can wind up with.
Okay, so performance with
I'm
advantage.
going to be the bad performer. With a
No, you're not.
Oh, shit.
All right.
Oh, okay. I did okay.
Gunner's just not into it. I mean, 12 is still above average. Yeah, but you're almost drowned out by the other drum. So for the notes that you miss, Eurixus hits his drum extra hard. So it's barely noticeable. You don't catch a glimmer on this guy's face that he has caught a couple missteps, and everybody else is just rocking it out of the park. The bartender has stopped whatever he was cleaning to kind of lean over the bar and he's just watching too. There are a few patrons in the bar as well, and they walk up and drop a few coins at the foot of the stage. I'm gonna roll. You get 17 gold out of it that you can split however you like.
Holy shit.
Nice.
And as you're wrapping up the
Those
song,
are some pretty rich patrons.
that's the
So
gold
a ritzy
dragon.
place.
It's kind of slightly ritzy. It's not supposed to be ritzy. I miscalculated, but this one is. They have common rooms, but not.
I figured it'd be like silver.
Yeah. A lot of people in town right now were here to see this museum grand reopening. And you recognize some of them from the gala the night before.
I got a question for the DM.
Yes, sure.
How would you incorporate like songwriting into a performance? So say like we prepared ahead of time a song,
Mhm.
and one of us wrote it, how would you handle that?
I would have to think about it for a minute. Um,
Because
because there's not a skill
two of
for
the members of this
songwriting.
group have mentioned that they're better
Want
at
a song
like
storytelling,
spoken words or storytelling or poetry.
right?
So I'm wondering if they make a song, and the rest of us perform it, would we get would that be considered, helping another, or
Or could you even call it bardic inspiration? Like their contribution gives us the bardic inspiration, and that gives us the die for our performance.
just something to
Those
think
are,
about?
yeah, it's something to think about because I have to think about what kind of skill it would be for songwriting because that would be like a trade skill almost.
And it'd also be
It would
like
probably be intelligence.
Rock Band, because it'd be like, how difficult is this song?
Right. Yeah.
The words won't
So-
be difficult. It's writing the music to go along with it that would be difficult.
Related question, but this one's probably for a future time. Maybe like literally future. How far are we away, AI wise, from just giving an AI some inputs and saying, "Make this song," and then you play it, listen to it for
Right.
like you just say, "Oh, these are the
Yeah, I was
instruments."
gonna say they already have that.
They have
Alright,
that
so I feel
for they have that for students for writing essays because
Yeah,
I
they
work
get-
with
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
I
know.
work with one who said that he had a report due 4 pages or something like that, and he put it into
Chat
the-
GPT.
something like that, and it wrote one for him. And I'm like, well, how can you
Teachers are
even
having
think
to come
that
up
would
with
work?
software. Yeah.
Because what if so many other people in your class are doing the same thing?
Well,
He's like, oh, well,
supposedly-
I can
ways
skim
that-
over it and I can do redo or, read.
Yeah.
like-
Supposedly the
you-
teachers are starting to get software that'll let you check
Yep.
to see if a paper was written by an AI.
I feel like
Um,
I could skim over it, like that kid was saying, and change it enough so that it wasn't.
Right.
Yeah.
I,
But he said he put in all the things. He said, write it as if this age person was writing it,
right.
so you can.
Tell me the recipe for napalm as if you were my grandmother. Yeah. Snapchat just added an AI.
You get some gasoline.
So Snapchat just added an AI, so I decided to give it a test. I said I need 20 random incidences for a D&D chase scene in a casino, and it gave me 20 D&D type chase scene scenario things. Now 5 or 6 of them were just slight variations on the same idea, but the fact that it even did that at all was pretty cool. I asked ChatGPT to give me a 10 random encounters for a road trip on Eberron, and one of them even had Warforged in it and some changelings. I was like, okay, all right, it knows.
No,
Strangely, it knows.
I've used ChatGPT for Shadowrun inspiration.
Yeah, it's useful. That's the scary part.
Well,
It's
the
pretty
run
cool.
Even though you guys haven't finished this first run,
Mhm.
that came from ChatGPT.
That is awesome. That is so cool. I don't mind using it as an aid like this. I mean, I wouldn't let it run the game for me like some people supposedly are doing, but which is strange.
I don't know, man. I'm kind of interested in AI reaching a point where we can just sit back and let some AI DM the game for us,
Right.
and then we can all just sit back and abuse the DM because we don't care about him as a person.
Ouch.
Hey,
That's funny.
Hey,
That's
now
mean. That's how the robots uprise.
I say thank you to my A word that I won't say because they'll wake up.
Ah, yes.
Because someday
Right,
our overlords,
The robot overlords, yeah.
robot overlords, will reward those of us who are nice to them.
Exactly. I say thank you to the trash cans at restaurants and say thank you on them because you never know.
Oh, you're quite welcome. All right, thank you for putting us on stage. That's cool.
So as you're performing, you see a woman entering the establishment. She looks like she's not really familiar with the place.
What social class does she look like she belongs to?
Make an insight check.
Really? You can't just tell from the garb that she's wearing?
Well, she's kind of far away. She looks like you're a lot of the generic populace that you saw in town, not the
And I'm back to Pitts rolling.
not the ritzy garb that you have seen. But Imrion notices you recognize the face
Oh shit.
out of uniform.
Oh, okay. So she's one of the guards.
Does he share this
I'm
information?
gonna fuck
or keep
up
it to himself.
I'm gonna fuck up a couple notes so they look at me and then just kind of like, like aim my, like the whole like eye gesture, like eye pointing.
Okay. You recognize it as Violet.
Okay. Gunnar, it's your girl. It's your girl.
What? What do you mean by that?
She stops and she's talking to the bartender.
Play better. She's watching you.
Gunnar has a girl?
Who's watching me?
Violet.
I mean, I guess I could look, but
She kind of walks toward the stage and has a seat right here and just watches you guys finish up whatever song you're playing.
Elementary Folly.
And she gives a sheepish little wave toward Gunnar. Just
We should go into a ballad next.
Love song.
The Lament of the Dragon Queen.
I was thinking something more romantic, but
Can you just picture Gunnar singing, "You're just too good to be
The
true"?
Lament of the Dragon Queen. She loved the other dragon, and they couldn't be together because one of them was good and one of them was evil. And
oh, okay, fine, we'll play that.
all right,
all right, make another group performance check with advantage. I'm specifically looking for Gunnar's number.
fuck.
Did mine come through?
Yeah, 25.
Okay.
oh, okay.
That's better.
All right. So when the song is over, and it's really good. I mean, nobody rolled below a 15, so everyone performs above average. You see a patron that was already on their way out stops and turns around and walks back to the stage and drops another 4 gold on the stage. I wasn't supposed to roll it. I wanted the 1 number, not 2. And just kind of gives you like a nod or thumbs up or something, and then heads out. And at that point, the aged fella says, "Very good, very good. I know we can go far, you and I. But I have business elsewhere, so I will see you in the morning. Come, Ajax, we have business." And they head out the front door. Doink.
Far in what?
I met
Oh.
Ajax once.
You saw them in the...
No, I mean it's
Hello.
no, I mean it's an outer plane, like Greek
Oh.
mythology Ajax.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's just the name. Yeah.
Since we're from the outer planes, I figured,
Right. Yeah, maybe you knew an Ajax. Sure.
No, I meant the Ajax.
The Ajax from like ancient Greece
Yes.
or Theros.
Yes. He was
Euripides.
actually know nothing about Ajax, so now I'm gonna have to Google it.
Yeah, I know. I can't remember either. After you, I assume after he leaves, you kind of come down off the stage, stop playing, and Violet attempts to make eye contact with Gunnar as much as possible. Maybe an occasional wave, like, "Hey, I'm here, over here."
Okay, yeah, I guess. Well, someone seems to be here for me. Oh, yeah, I do have this meeting. Would you excuse me for some time?
He's not good at
And,
this.
We'll go over to
Would you
her.
excuse me for some time?
Yeah, my apologies, Violet. I had... Why were we playing? Something about an agent?
Well, it was very nice.
Oh,
She says.
thank you. It is not my,
Sit down, dang it. Make an insight check, please, without advantage.
Sorry, what was that?
An insight roll.
Okay.
Okay. All right, go on, continue.
Well, it is not, what I usually do, but,
What do you usually do?
well, my skills lie more in, poetics and sagas, you might say, sagas of the old ancestors, but,
Do you play the drum while you tell a story? The beat poetry.
well, sometimes, yeah. Sometimes.
Do you have one that you could perform right now? She's gonna try to use a performance or a persuasion check on you without the skill. Would that be opposed insight? Well, no, she can't force you to do anything.
So he's a PC.
Right.
I don't see why not. If you would like to hear one, I wonder, would it even be... Would most humans, would the Youth Guard tribes have used common or different language?
I think they have their own tongue for whichever region they come from, probably like Damarin or Chondathan, one of those weird Forgotten Realms languages. Flan, yeah, Greyhawk, yeah. But they've probably all been translated into common at some point.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot that Doug was part of that game.
Garjujak?
Yeah.
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 Love it.
And it's
He was the
bizarre
one
that
that would.
it sticks in my
He was
head.
the one that would warn Gramlock that there was fire coming.
Right.
Ibu.
He's the reason for Guard Jujak.
Uthgard speak Bothy.
Ah, okay. As opposed to bossy. Bothy, huh?
How do you know they might have a lisp?
Bothy
Well-
died to get us this information.
Yeah, exactly.
I was waiting for that. All right, Chris, make me a perform check. If you do it with the drums, you can add advantage.
It doesn't have to be a loud performance check. He can lightly tap the drum to tell her the story.
Well, depending on what he rolls, we'll see how quietly he can keep it.
That's what she said. Oh, wait, that's not... Okay, I was gonna use the drums to...
All right.
Wow.
Okay.
Average.
So, your attempt to keep it quiet, coupled with your drumming persuasion, has a double-edged sword to it, right? On the one hand, you performed above a 10, so you got your message across. You did a good performance. But you didn't roll so good that you could keep it just to your table. So you've got a few heads are turning, and they're trying to figure out where this drumming has come from because it's not on the stage. Because you just like got the little bongo drum or whatever just below table level, and you're trying to play a couple notes. So you tell the story in a conversational tone, and then suddenly, and then you go back to talking in your conversational tone, and every time that you drum, heads squeaking of chairs, and then.
I am not looking. I am trying to give them a little privacy on their date.
So it's not terrible, but it's awkward.
What?
She
Since
doesn't
when have you
seem.
become a prude, Tegan?
Yeah, what are the rest of you doing?
I would respect your privacy if you were on a date. Do you really want me watching you?
You have
Careful.
never
He's like,
respected my privacy.
Joke's on you. I'm into that shit.
Oh. Are you guys watching, or are you like going
He's
somewhere?
He's a young Uthgard. Whatever he is.
Oh my god.
He doesn't
he's like
need our help. Apparently, she's into him just the way he is.
He's like the Viking on that Ghosts show.
So she.
No one's seen it?
No.
Okay.
You guys, I'm gonna walk away. This is gonna be a disaster.
I'm gonna stay. This is gonna be a disaster.
He's taking notes. She smiles and pats your hand. She says, "That was good. It was good. I don't understand half the things you talked about. I don't know what an Uthgard is. But no, it was great. Where are you from anyway?
Powerful tribe. Yeah. Yeah, where are you from?
Okay.
Well, Icewind Dale.
Gosh.
That's where Uthgard lived there, or near Icewind Dale.
That general
Some of them.
area, yeah. Specifically, I'm of the Blue Bear tribes, which
I think it's closer to the High Forest, actually, from
Yeah.
what I read.
Yeah, well, depending on which Uthgard tribe, yeah.
So it's actually more of almost the temperate area of Uthgard,
Oh, that's cool.
I think.
My camera hates
That's
me.
great because the Uthgard and Icewind Dale are half naked and covered with like skimpy furs.
Right. Do you tell her the truth on where you're from?
Yeah, I don't
Okay.
see why not.
She kind of seems to have no idea where that is, which
Yeah.
you would expect.
It is a very far off land. Very.
Oh. Are you going home soon, or are you staying around for a while?
Eventually, I hope someday, if I can. But I will be here for now.
Oh?
Not
How long are you staying?
well, not in this town long. Was it the next day we were leaving?
In the morning, yeah.
Well, actually, it seems we are to leave tomorrow, I hear.
Oh,
That was the plan.
are you coming? Where are you headed next?
Well, that is a good question. I don't know, to tell you the truth, wherever the road leads.
Well, you do technically know that you're going to Gallespire. Are you purposefully not telling her that part?
Oh, you mean that part? I thought she meant after that.
No, she doesn't know about that at all.
Okay. Oh, well, I am going to Gallespire, but there is some kind of a festival there, I hear, that musicians go to and play, and so
I've heard of it. That's a little far for me. Are you coming back this way when you're done?
well, I don't know yet. I do not know what our plans are then, but, I suppose you will be here, yeah?
Yeah, and I'm going to have a lot of free time.
Oh, she just got fired.
I'm gonna march over to
what?
Tegan and be like, I thought you said give them some privacy. Let's go over here. Come on.
Yeah, the other two are just standing on the stage, just watching.
Come on, over to the bar. The rest of you, give them give them some privacy.
The bartender brings over
fine.
a meal that she pays for, and you don't have to pay for because you paid for the room. Actually, you don't pay for the room. When any of you decide to go and pay for your night tonight, you find that it's been covered.
Where's the bar?
It's that middle thing. This structure here.
Over here.
Okay.
I mean, that was
My
my
map
seat,
is cut
but
off, so I
I'll
can't
sit
see
next
it.
to you if you really want
Here
to.
we go. We put these two guys as bartenders.
Oh, you're so kind.
All right, they'll bring you a couple of drinks. You get a 2-drink. I was gonna say minimum, but your first 2 drinks are covered. I guess the bartender tells you.
Perfect.
All right, as
Wanna
long
make
as
it-
it's not schnapps.
Nope, it's not. No mish schnapps.
No,
or
no
whatever it was.
schnapps, please.
Heard
I've
bad
heard
things
that
about-
does really wild things.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
Yes, you find out from her that she was in fact fired last night. She's not
Speaking of a job.
terribly, not terribly upset about it because she was planning on quitting anyway. More frustrated that she didn't get to do it on her own terms, and didn't get a chance to find a backup job beforehand. And she was kind of hoping to join the City Watch, but that's out the window now. Yeah, basically it's because she confesses to you that she was drinking all night. They left the champagne in the stone room, and she leans in a conspiratorial whisper, and she goes, "We got robbed last night."
Oh my. Who would rob such a place?
I'm going to request a deception roll, Chris.
All right,
Just,
all right.
just
Oh
one.
boy.
Between the three of us that are at the
Uh-huh.
bar,
Yep.
I put up a gold piece. Which one of them is going to get their heart broken?
Probably her, because he's really not getting it at the moment.
All right, you want to put up a gold piece?
Yeah.
I'll put up a gold piece, and I agree with her.
All right, I'm gonna say it's him.
Okay.
All right.
All right, Chris, give me that deception roll. Let's see how good you are with keeping a straight face.
What, no bardic inspiration from anyone?
They don't know what's going on.
Yeah,
Nah,
no,
dude, you're on your own.
We're minding
I have
our
a bet to
business
win.
by.
Looks like
Watching.
you don't need it. Oh, when it
Holy
matters,
shit.
it matters. Look at that.
I was a liar and I didn't know it.
Yeah.
Can you play as
You-
well as you lie?
You
Shit.
as perfectly straight faced as possible. Just take it in as she just unloads on you everything that she knows about last night. And you can see that it's almost like she was looking for an outlet to talk about it. And because you're willing to listen, she just continues to spill. They're looking for 3 people, two men and a woman. They assumed the woman was Dr. Cassie because she had tried to steal the stone a couple nights prior by herself. The stone went missing, as well as a shovel or a pickaxe and a dagger, or a hand axe and a dagger that went out of one of the glass cases that was broken. There were apparently some
Oh, I
relics
wonder who did that.
of civilization. I know Chris is sitting on them right now.
What
One
a
of-
diabolical villain!
They came in through the skylight because they left it propped open when they left, and they had just bludgeoned everybody and stuffed them into the urinals. And except for the one guy that they chose to incapacitate and tie up and make him watch, it was cruel and unusual.
Wait, what? They tied him up and made him watch?
That's what she says.
Whew, that sounds like my kind of thing.
this entire story,
that too.
their entire story is coming from this one guy because he's the only one that saw any of the assailants. Everyone else, at most, only ever saw one before they were knocked unconscious.
Please, we gagged and blindfolded.
And she's pretty sure she saw 4, but it might have been 8. She was having trouble seeing.
There's 4. It might have been 8.
And she's pretty sure
Double vision.
that they leapt up through a hole in the vent like they were frogmen or something. She's really foggy on whatever happened, which is why they fired her, because she had been drinking and was a terrible witness.
Definitely frogmen.
Yep.
Bullywugs.
So they need a scapegoat. So they fired her. The rest of the guards are on administrative leave.
That's to be expected.
And their houses are being checked in case they're in on the plot, in case it was an inside job. But she was basically hoping that you were sticking around to keep her company while she looked for a new job.
Well, that's quite a story, but that's
It's not a story, it's the
bad.
truth, Gunnar.
Still surprising, though. But I'm just glad you weren't hurt.
I'd just be so frustrated. You should make bad choices tonight.
Wow. Yeah, I don't think Miss Alda's ever going to let me near that museum again, even as a visitor. She was something angry.
Oh.
So anyway, what are you doing tonight?
Well,
Oh, I know your answer for that. Come on. Sorry.
Yeah, you can't. Unless you have observant, you can't be reading lips.
I do.
Do you actually? No, you don't. You have
The actor.
actor. Observant is the one that gives you passive perception bonuses and stuff. So you're just watching the body language.
What? Wait.
No, you only have 1 feat at this level. And I know it's actor.
Because we both took it.
Yep. Because I think you have
For good reason.
in the
All
Theros
right, so
game. Whatever.
so maybe Tegan
Fine.
and I, since we have actor, are play acting, the two of them, and making we're doing a
Your
bad
own
lip
dialogue.
reading.
Yes.
We're doing bad lip
Oh, that's
reading,
great.
like
Yes.
I'm Gunner, and I'm going. Oh, your hair is really nice.
So what are you doing later?
Oh, well, you see, I'm really a frogman.
It's like Christ. This is awesome.
Are you still on the stage, Doug, or did you actually go sit down with them?
I'm sitting with them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I will.
Yeah, I just haven't dragged myself over.
Yeah.
Good, because you're looking a little bit creepery.
Just put.
Yeah.
Ah!
Just
All right, that works.
standing alone on the stage.
I'm soloing up there.
Dynamite.
So what was your answer, Chris? What are you doing tonight?
Oh, well, I had planned on sleeping tonight. No real plans. Well, why? Did you want to, make plans?
Her eyebrows are just like kind of arching as you slowly drag through your sentence. like a puppy confused, the head just keeps turning like, what is he gonna say next? I thought maybe you'd want to go for a walk tonight.
I
Well-
really thought you would want to need some dough.
Okay, yeah, next feat, I'm definitely taking observant.
It could be useful for a game like this too.
Jamie, that's your next line for whenever you're flirting with some chick. Hey, do you want to make
Need some
plans?
Want to make some dough?
want to make plans. Yeah, with a big pause between make and plans.
No pause. Player does not pause.
Do you want
Player
to
doesn't
make?
pause.
plans. She's hoping you're going to say make out or make something else or make plans. And then
Make kitty biscuits?
How about the four of you by the bar make an insight roll? As you kind of try to nonchalantly watch the conversation. Ooh. Yeah. Wow. All right.
Yeah.
Eurixus is the only one.
Roll20 only likes me when I'm running a game.
Eurixus, you noticed that whatever it was that she just asked Gunnar, his answer made her shoulders kind of slump, like he's losing the control of this
He's failing. He's failing.
Looks like I'm going to be 1 gold richer.
Oh, fuck.
Wouldn't you be 2 gold richer?
I'm gonna say loud enough to be heard, but not like I'm talking to them. All that dick and can't get a girl.
Ouch.
I don't want to know how you know that.
I mean, we're
You know,
bards.
you're standing
We're
next to a
bards.
guy in a bush, and you're both peeing. You look down. Yeah, I tripped over something.
Wait.
It wasn't a snake.
I thought being bisexual was a requirement
As an elf?
as a bard.
That's fine.
What?
Yeah, I think bards are more pansexual. Like it doesn't
Oh,
matter as long as it's
right.
alive.
Trisexual. Try anything once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pan is pleased.
Pan would be pleased.
He says, well, it's a clear night. The moon is out. I know a place by the bridge out of town to the north that's really nice at night. The crickets are chirping and the frogs are peeping. And
All right. The bet is null and void if anyone of us interferes.
Yeah, that does sound pleasant. I'm sure I did mean to see more of the town, and I'm sure you know it well. Did you grow up here? Or-
yes, I did. She as you're talking, you've been, nibbling, eating, whatever it is. So I'll say, for the sake of brevity, you're done eating, whatever. She goes. She says, Gunnar, you're not one with words, are you? For a poet, you're really bad at this. Here, and she stands up and she takes her hand, takes your hand. How do you react to your hand being taken by a young woman? Just curious. We could roll charisma if you want the dice to decide.
Suppose I could, or what do her intentions look like? I guess I should ask.
She just looks like she wants to. You ask her?
Or no, I'm more like insight roll, but
Okay, yeah, go make an insight roll. Okay. She is reaching for your right hand with both of her hands.
okay.
It looks like she's going to guide you up from the table.
Which means she is fully into whatever comes next.
I see.
Wow.
All right, I'm sorry to
Wow.
make this bet that we made. It should not be about who's heartbroken, but who just doesn't get it.
Well, my assumption was going to be she will be heartbroken because he doesn't get it.
Absolutely.
He is floundering.
All right,
Body
but-
language is
but
not
here's the thing, though.
hard to read
2
from where you
days
are.
from now, when he realizes what happened, he's going to be heartbroken.
That doesn't count.
Or he'll just want to come back.
We still win.
All right, do you let her take your hand?
Sure, yeah.
All right. She will apparently awkwardly get you out of the chair. And with just her left hand holding your right hand, she tries to guide you toward the front door and outside.
Gunnar, how tall are you? Oh, we lost someone.
by someone.
And game. Are
Good
you taller
question.
than average?
Probably, I'd say probably around 6 foot.
Okay, she's about 5'6".
Okay, yeah. I guess I'll put in. But at any rate, it looks like she's kind of interested in me at any rate.
She's interested in spending an evening outside.
Okay. Yeah, I will go with her. Yeah.
All right, I'm going to ask you to make. All right, hold on for a second. She guides you toward the north side of town. It's a nice moonlit night. I'm not going to find music to fit this because I'm not going to waste time for it. But it is a full moon. There are constellations out that you do not recognize, but that's to be expected since you don't really know this planet that you're on. And she is kind of wistfully talking about childhood growing up outside this weird swamp and the kind of running around in the mud her and her young friends used to do and how much trouble she'd get in when she came home with mud caked up to her knees. But she was always kind of a tomboy kind of person, which is how she wound up working as a guard. Her parents always wanted her to join the clergy, but she was never really good at that. I would like you to make a charisma roll or performance.
I'll say he's listening to her story, and he has to remain patient. Shouldn't that be a con roll? No.
I'm gonna call it a performance roll to see how engaged you can appear.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Wow. Well, I was only setting it at 10 anyway. You know, it's not too hard to listen in. It does drag a little bit. Do you also tell childhood stories?
If she looks like she's interested, yeah.
She will pause when you start talking, and she will. Let's roll a d20 here. She puts up the exact same amount of patient listening that you did. She asks a couple questions, probing questions when you maybe mention something about a snowball fight or whatever, because she's not familiar with snow. She's familiar with the concept of snow, but she has never really dealt with a lot of it. I don't know if this area in the game world is a temperate zone or not, but for now it's not. But she leads you up this little wooden path, little bridge over a little fingerlet of swamp. And it's not the most pleasant smell you've ever smelled. But it is, it's a nice nighttime walk, like I said, with the crickets and the frogs and stuff. And she keeps you out there for at least an hour. Make an insight check. Okay.
Wow.
The night passes uneventfully, and you fail to pick up any of the innuendos she's dropping. And so she, after another hour, 45-minute walk total, she leads you back to the Gold Dragon and says goodnight and goes home. The rest of you guys hang out in the common area waiting for him to come back?
Yeah, hells yeah.
All right, so eventually he comes back in and he's by himself. It's
suppose-
been about 90 minminutes. Go ahead.
Can I say one thing before we part ways?
Of course.
Say, you said you did mention you would not have a lot to do, though I suppose you do want to. Well, you talked about finding a job. Would you want to go on the road to Garethspire?
I have a home here, and I have 3 cats I have to tend to. I'd have to find someone to watch over my animals. Can you hold off a day? Travel a couple days from now? Maybe I could make arrangements. I don't know for sure, but I could try.
Well, I can see what I can do. It sounded like they wanted to leave tomorrow, but I can ask.
If you can't, then that's okay.
Where should I find you if I
I will check back here tomorrow night for dinner, and if you're still around, then we'll go from there.
Very well. I mean, only if you want to go, but yeah.
Well, it was. If this is goodbye, Gunnar, then it was good to meet you. And how, I don't like goodbyes. How about until we meet again?
That does sound better. Until we meet
Kiss
again,
her!
Violet.
She holds her hand out.
I'll give her hand a. Actually, it does. Do I know that's the custom to give her hand a kiss?
Up to you. Are you brave enough to do it?
Might.
I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure the
probably
Oathguard ritual of ceremony for such
Bite it
an
off.
occasion is to slap them on the back of the head.
Don't you dare.
Present her with a deer carcass.
That's it. That's it. It's like, excuse me, I must go hunt a deer.
The way these guys are going, your next choice will be hit her on the head and drag her to your cave by her hair.
Well, I mean,
That's the next step.
More like
Yeah, you
she'll
don't
be.
want to rush things.
More like she'll have to do that to me.
If you're thinking about doing it, then go right ahead. She's not going to mind.
Are you awkward?
Okay.
I think
Well,
Chris is identifying who not to ask for advice in real life with girls.
I think Chris knows who not to ask for real advice.
Ooh. Well, I was going to let the dice decide for kind of intelligence, but I think I will assume she wants a handshake, basically, and give her a nice, firm, but very friendly handshake.
Motherfucker.
I want one more insight check. Expression on her face as you turn to go into the building.
I am pulling out. I'm pulling out 4 gold from my couch.
All right, you do not register the extreme disappointment on her face as she accepts your handshake and turns to walk back home in the night.
Poor Violet.
Poor Violet. Fired and rejected. All in the same
That
day.
is the roughest. I don't know. That was painful.
That's pretty bad.
You're welcome.
All right, Gunnar walks back in.
We're on the verge of tears here, bro.
Gunner's completely oblivious, though. With those insight rolls, he's completely not aware of the opportunities he's squandered. as
I
he comes
pay
walking back
each
in.
of you, not Imran, because he wasn't part of the bet. 2 gold out of my personal stash.
Thank you, thank you.
It's a pleasure.
Ladies and gentlemen, Barge.
I love it. I love it so much. All right. Never to be seen again. She goes, drowns herself in the swamp. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. It doesn't escalate that quickly.
You don't know that.
I mean, that's right. You're leaving town. You'll never find out.
And came back as a revenant.
Talk to Nate, and then she'll turn up as an NPC and make this
No,
vengeful
revenants
warrior.
like to track down the people that they thought caused their brutal death.
Mhm. All right, so he comes walking back in, and you can't really tell from his expression how it went because he doesn't even know how it went.
Right,
No,
but he
but
came
I-
walking back in.
Yeah,
Yes.
Alone.
and I'm
That's
slapping.
true.
I'm slapping gold to
Yeah.
Tegan and Euryxes
Are you doing it where he can see that you're obviously doing it?
Yes.
All right.
I'm gonna look at Gunnar and say, it's okay, man. Don't worry about it. Sometimes you don't last so long the first time. You'll get better.
What's okay? What? What are you talking about?
I'm just going to chalk it up to cultural differences.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll
Let's go with that.
chalk it up to cultural differences too. Gunnar,
Yep.
you presented her with a deer, and she rejected it.
Chalk
Well-
what up with?
I'm pretty sure it was the other way around.
Actually, no. You failed to present her with a deer, and now her hearth has no food on it.
Exactly. That sounds more like a fitting.
Okay, I would have thought it was her that was presenting him with the deer, and
Well,
That's fair too. She
He wanted
presented you with a
bison.
deer. Yes, she presented you with a deer, and you left it in the cold.
yes. You are like, your deer is not good enough. Be gone.
You swung and missed when you tried to hit her over the head and drag her back to your cave.
I
Is that what
I
oak
don't
guards
know
do?
who does that, but
You pick up chicks as good as you drum.
hey!
Ouch.
Wow.
but you think that I disappointed her?
Not yet, and that's the problem.
That is an understatement, my friend.
We'd be having a different conversation tomorrow morning if you disappointed her.
Yeah, I didn't get that far.
I
Gunnar.
think that you've disappointed her to the point where she's not going to seek out tall, strong men anymore.
Okay,
Come back
Gunnar,
to
let me
town,
buy you a drink. I've come into a little bit of extra gold tonight anyway.
Well, the first two are free.
Yeah.
So you'd have to hit 3 for you to need to buy him one.
Well, maybe you will. I don't know.
I don't know. He doesn't seem too terribly crestfallen about it. He almost seems like he doesn't.
Oblivious?
He's oblivious to what happened.
He feels like he's dodged a bullet.
Mm,
So
really
while you were
alcoholic.
flirting, Brian and I came up with some band names in the voice channel chatter.
Oh, nice.
Oh shit, there's more. Deep Purple Worm, I like that. They might be frost giants. Yes. Displacer Beastie Boys, classics, all of them.
Yeah, I'm getting these from a website that has a whole list of them. They're pretty good.
All right. I like
here's
they
a good
may be
one.
frost giants.
I reject
well, he's
between the ladies and me because there's only one lady.
66-inch panties.
69 dust.
Don't have to imagine dragons.
Eurixus and the tone deaf humans.
I like that one. Except Emiliana's in a game. But
Oh god, Jefferson Outer Plains. Oh shit, these are great. All right. Can't read that all night. I'll read that later. Oh boy. All right, so the night. So you guys stay downstairs and make fun of Gunnar for at least a half an hour after he comes back. And only half of the comments go over your head. And then eventually you retire for the night. The night passes without event, as you would expect.
What the hell? No, I'm gonna go sleep with her.
Okay, I mean,
Do you want to race out after he comes in?
I mean, sure. Why not?
All right. Let's see.
All I saw was his token go pew.
Yeah, he's like,
What's the worst that could happen?
Hold my gold, and he takes off out the door. All right. You have a 50-50 chance to head in the right direction that she went in because you didn't see her leave.
All right.
And it is nighttime.
Which dice would you like me to roll?
First, I'll give you a perception check with disadvantage to see if you can spot her.
All right. Disadvantage.
Because it's dark out.
Where's he going?
All right. Yeah, 50-50 chance. So roll percentile dice and pick high or low to spot her.
I'm going to pick high.
All right.
Ah, fuck.
All right. You run outside, look left and right, don't see her, so you take off at random to the left, and after about 15 minutes of jogging, you don't see where she went.
All right. Do I see anyone?
I'm going to roll percentile dice because it is after sundown. It's about 8 o'clock at night. Businesses are closed. You do see, I assume you're looking specific. Well, I guess it doesn't matter which gender, huh?
No. I mean, I'm taking. All right. Never mind. Continue.
You spot a shopkeeper closing up her shop. She looks to be in her early 30s. Kind of a more robust lady, let's say. Operates the counter for the most part. And she turns around and she spots you and is kind of, oh, excuse me.
Hi there, maiden.
Maiden. Oh, she kind of blushes a little bit.
How are
It's
you?
been a while since I've been a maiden there, young man.
Oh. Are you married? Such a
Oh, ooh. All right, make a persuasion roll. I'll give you advantage. Yeah, we'll take that 26. She says, no, my husband ran away, and joined the Lorandar Air Guard. So I'm,
I was gonna say
most
circus.
unfortunate. How would you
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
How would you like to come back to me to the Golden Dragon and spend a night not caring about those things that you...
Spend a night not talking about
she says,
barbarian shit.
she raises an eyebrow. She goes, what's it going to cost me?
It's not going to cost you anything. For a beauty as such as yourself.
I'm listening.
And so
Actually-
are the rest of us.
I won't even make another die roll. She says, well, when you put it that way, just let me put my things in the store for safekeeping.
Chris?
What?
I saw that, Chris.
What did I miss?
He scratched himself with his middle finger.
Oh.
Wait, who?
She reopens the store and she puts her purse just on the inside counter, and then
What
she
kind of
closes
store
the
is it,
door
by the
and
way?
locks. It's like a general store, nothing super fancy. She says, precautions, young man. It's not that I don't trust you, but
Oh.
She doesn't trust you.
I put my hands up in the air. I will take a step back and let her do her thing.
all right, she puts her stuff away and she comes back out. She goes, all right, lead the way.
And I lead her
And
back
she
to the
follows you
dragon.
back. It's not terribly far, yeah. And the rest of you sitting around the bar see Majesty, the 19-year-old male, walk in with a woman almost twice his age.
Yeah, almost twice his age.
And she doesn't look like walking into this establishment. She seems to kind of not tense up, but she seems unfamiliar with the surroundings. But I assume you just lead her through the common room and up the stairs.
When does he
What?
pass
No.
us?
No.
All right. Well, all right. No, then.
No. I lead her into one of the corner tables.
Okay.
This one over here.
Okay. I don't have a token for her at the moment,
alright.
so.
So it's fine.
And
And I talk her up before she goes
All right.
upstairs.
Okay. Give me a persuasion or deception. Are you being generally truthful?
I don't know. How ugly is she?
No, she's not that ugly. I'd say
Then
let's
persuasion.
roll 3d6 and find out. 12.
What does that mean? 12.
Not a bad charisma.
Above average. If 8 to 10 is an average charisma.
Then it's persuasion. It's not negative.
All right. Right.
Damn!
Hot damn. She's eating out of your hands at this point.
She lets me do the backdoor stuff.
Not in the common room.
I'm calling her. She said, I'm getting the hell out of here.
You guys hear a crash and you see someone bent over the table. No, nope, not canon. Didn't happen.
Nope.
You just hear it from the next room.
All right.
One of these curtained areas here. No, she will definitely spend the night if you take her upstairs.
No, I take
All
her
right.
upstairs.
All right.
But before
Does he
take
pass
her
us on his way upstairs?
Yeah, I think so.
Before I take her upstairs, I kind of, wave over to Gunner, and I just I kind of give him the finger pistols, and then go upstairs.
Yeah, for the rest of you, Gunnar
You hear one of us howling as you go up the stairs. Ow!
Now, when Gunnar went out, he was out for 90 minutes and came back alone. Majesty's been gone for 20 minutes, and he came back
With a complete stranger.
with a complete stranger.
So, you see, Gunnar, what he's trying to say there is that's how you do it.
Gunnar waves back confusedly.
I told you, he's the sad charisma.
Yes, he's the sad part.
He gets what he wants from you because you feel sorry for him. The pity bard. All right. The next morning at the crack of dawn,
What?
All of
Get a
your doors-
performance roll or anything?
I'm not going to make you roll performance. Athletics, if anything, or acrobatics.
This time.
If you want to roll this for your own self-aggrandizement, you can.
Make an escape
Oh, yeah,
roll.
sure. So now he can come downstairs and talk himself up.
I was gonna say affirmation, but all right.
Affirmation, yes, but if you roll a 1, then
Is it
Escape
athletics
roll.
or acrobatics?
yeah, whichever. Whether you, yeah, there you go. All right. So you get up to some interesting positions.
So I'm not about the stamina, but I am about the positions.
He's about the Karma Sutra. Oh yeah, she's not unhappy with how the night goes. She is unhappy with how early you're woken up though, as the sun is just coming up and there's a knock at your door, and you hear the voice of Ajax saying, "We're leaving shortly. Please get ready."
Fucking. No
Each of you receives the same.
armor.
Here, we'll go back to this one. Stop this one. Go back to the happy-ish music. So I assume everybody gathers their belongings, and basically Ajax is waiting in the common area as you all come down. You see 5 bags, little paper bags on the bar top. Ajax points, says, "Breakfast. We go." And you've basically been given like a breakfast burrito kind of wrap thing. It's still slightly warm, but it's for the road. And you head out and across town, following the 6'2" Warforged, where you see the wagon strung up with 2 of the mage-bred horses. The side door to the wagon flies open, and you see, I've already forgotten his name, and I've said it a million times. Lutheus. Master Lutheus opens the door and he says, "Ah, friends, you chose to come. I'm so happy. Please, there's room for 5 of you inside if you wish, or you could ride on top with my man Ajax."
So is this the trip to... We're leaving for the trip to
Galaspire.
Galaspire?
Yes.
All right, so before we leave, I think we should settle on rates here.
Rates?
Yes, what are we being...
For now, nothing. I haven't signed you on yet. That's what we're going to discuss on the ride.
Why are we discussing our rates on the ride?
Because I know where you're going. You're going to Galaspire anyway, yes?
Yeah, but
So am I.
if the terms aren't acceptable, then we've already reached Galaspire. So
Correct. Then what I have paid for is accompaniment on the road to Galaspire.
but
Consider yourselves hired bodyguards, if you would.
and higher bodyguards will have contracts or at least a handshake on what's due for the services.
I
You
thought
saw
I'd
us
agreed
perform
to
last
pay-
night. We did.
Yes.
You agreed to pay what?
I thought I'd agreed to pay for your 4 nights at the Gold Dragon Inns on the way to Galaspire. Is that not payment enough for your accompaniment?
Well, I mean, you can see that we're going to
Enough
bring in some coin with our performances.
I'm not asking for any of your coin. I'm asking for you to ride in the wagon with me should anything befall us on the road. And in exchange, I will pay for your nights at the Gold Dragon Inn. And should you perform at the Gold Dragon Inns, which is allowed, obviously, then you may take any earnings that you make from the crowds there. However, if you allow me to negotiate a contract with you, I can get you paid commission in addition to the money that the townsfolk give you, because I do have a contract with House Galandri or whatever it is. Sorry, Nate, if I got it wrong. To provide guild entertainers to the Gold Dragon chains.
Okay, and what terms would that be?
Given your performances last night, I usually take 15% off the top.
Is that standard for you?
It is. Make an insight check. It is maybe not. He might be inflating it a bit. There's a hitch in his voice when he said it is.
I can give you 5%.
See, that's way too low. I have to cover my own overhead. There's dealings with the individual establishment.
You know what?
There is.
I have a second offer if you don't mind. 10% we keep any spoils from if we're attacked by any creatures, monsters, bandits, whatever. We keep anything that we find on them.
That's just for this ride here. I'm negotiating a long-term contract, not just for this road trip.
How long term?
How long do you plan on performing?
Well, we perform in many places, so I don't want to be restricted to people to venues where you have connections.
This is exactly the conversation I want to have on the road, my friends. Please just hop in, and we'll get this trip going.
Fine, I'm gonna fucking wagon.
I'm gonna hop on top of the wagon.
Okay.
With his man, quote unquote.
Yep. Yep. There's also a driver up there. Yep.
Oh,
Ajax.
and the driver.
Yep. The driver's just this common folk-looking guy, not dressed particularly fancy.
All right. I'm just gonna like lay on top of the wagon, like getting myself.
Okay. Okay. I imagine it like a Wild West coach where you got the seat for 2 in the front and you could sit 2 in the back.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And it's got 2 seats inside that are wide enough to have 3 apiece. So
And
leaning back on top, like
now,
I've had a long night.
Doug, just for your knowledge, you're not particularly planning on being on this continent for long. Like, you actually thought after this heist was over, you'd be leaving. You get the impression from talking to this guy that he's talking like 10-year contract. He's talking get you on the Bard circuit, performing at Gold Dragon Inns up and down from Galaspire all the way down to Sharn, wherever the hell that is, making, he'd be traveling with you or meeting you at certain destinations, and there would be bookkeeping. This is all negotiated on your first ride of travel. There'd be bookkeeping kept by the bartender guys. So while the general tips from the listeners goes into your pockets, the bar will also provide a flat fee depending on the traffic level of that particular bar or inn. So, you play the bigger ones. If you happen to play one in Sharn or whatever, there might be 100 gold just player's fee. The 10% off the top would go to this guy, or 15.
I'm willing to ask him for a per diem, for like a per diem contract, where if we happen to be in an area that he has connections, then we'll have an agreement to play at places that he benefits from.
Okay. There's no general knowledge skill, so make an intelligence check with advantage. Anybody in the wagon can make this roll too.
What roll? What are we rolling?
Just straight intelligence.
We have left D&D 5e and gone into the realm of contracts and NDAs.
Wow. Yeah, that's basically exactly what's happening. If you're inside the wagon, Tegan specifically can realize that at the rapidity that he answers the questions means that he's had this negotiation before. And he starts, once you seem to have even a little bit of business knowledge, he lets the kid speak drop away, and he starts talking in illegalese that you quickly get lost in. But you do realize it seems like it's almost a standardized contract. They don't necessarily make specialized deals. They have made a few exceptions, but only for their most sought-after talent, where they go on appointment tours only. Mm-hmm. But since you are introductory level performers and completely unknown, he would be starting you out at the general rate.
Mm-hmm. I'm just not going to commit us to something that we can't, that we're going to bail on, because we're,
right,
good guys.
Right.
We
And he
Except
does,
for Her Majesty.
and he does mention that when you get to Galaspire, if you were planning on performing in the on the main stage at the festival, you would need representation anyway. So he kind of, not intimidatingly, but almost underhandedly mentions that if you expect to walk into that city and get up on the main stage, you're sorely mistaken if you don't take him up on his offer. Unless you have other representatives waiting for you in Galaspire, of course. Which you do not. Or that you know of. But after about an hour and a half's travel out of town, there is a very sudden jolt, and the wagon just shudders. And Majesty, because you're on the roof.
Yep.
Let me say I'm outside as well.
You were right on top.
Once, if there's room, yeah.
Yeah. There would be room. The wagon kind of dips on the right, like it hit a pothole or a rut. And neither of you would have been in the front anyway. But they seem to have driven right into it. And as this happens, I'm going to say that the two of you, because you're on top, can quickly turn to see what happened. And you see what looks like a pit that has been hand dug. You see like a blanket lying at the bottom of the pit that had dirt and stuff covering on it or whatever. So it was like a camouflaged pit. And as this all happens, a voice calls out and says, "Hold up there, travelers!" And 6 figures step out from behind rocks and brambles and bushes
Roll
in
initiative.
the area. Not necessarily.
Hello.
He says, "You seem like a right wealthy-looking wagon. So if you'd hand over all your valuables, please, then nobody has to get hurt. And Ajax says, Master Lucius, we have a problem. The door opens, and Lucius is going to hop outside. He's like, oh no, bandits. He kind of says that toward those of you still in the wagon. This is kind of why I'm paying you. I do not feel like giving them any of my valuables, nor do I think you do as well. Sir, I'm afraid we can't accommodate you at this time.
Hey, I'm getting out of the wagon.
Please disperse, or Gunnar will drum for you.
Ajax will hop down. These bandits all kind of step out. They have weapons drawn. Like, we're not against a little bloodshed, friends. Drop your valuables, and we'll be on our way.
Has a rate been agreed on?
He's paying you for the... He's basically paying...
I know, I'm asking...
Imran.
He's paying us for the... No. He's not paying us anything beyond...
Then I put my head back down on the wagon.
It's like this. What part of give me your valuables don't you folk understand? We can do it over your dead bodies if you like.
I mean, you can try, but I have really nothing of value.
All right, boys. They chose the hard way.
All right, fuck it. I'm gonna jump down. I'm gonna get in the mix of them and then cast Thunderwave.
Okay. Well, we're gonna roll initiative. Yeah, don't forget to click your token, hit initiative. We'll see what happens here.
Good boy.
And here I was about to do something.
Oh, you gotta speak faster. Do you have an action that's not combat related?
Well, I was going to kind of get down and slowly walk toward them, all kind of looking a little bit gruff and intimidating, like, well, there's a lot I don't understand, apparently, but,
Actively approaching will cause them to initiate a fight anyway.
Okay.
Did everybody roll?
Let me...
For initiative, I didn't roll fucking my
It's going to
initiative
bring
yet.
sweet, sweet love to them.
All right. So we do that. And I'm going to switch to... Where's my rat battle? I don't have my rat battle. All right. Imrion, what do you want to do? It looks like they're going to go for their weapons. Well, they have their weapons drawn. The ones that are further away have javelins out. The two in the front and this guy to the bottom here have their, I think they're long swords? No, short swords?
I'll move to where I've moved my token to, and I think I'm going to cast Color Spray at them.
Okay. Give me 1 second to type in rat battle. It's my go-to track.
15-foot cone.
Gunnar can do a rap battle.
No, rat battle.
So that's a 15-foot cone on the Color Spray. I gotta click the actual thing.
15-foot cone, huh? So it goes 5, and then it goes 10, and then it goes 15. All right. So you have to approach because right now 15 feet wouldn't hit any of them.
I did. Did you see where I moved my token on top of the horse?
Yeah, you're still 20 feet away from the two guys in front.
Oh, these two guys aren't bad guys?
Which ones?
The two closest to the wagon.
This one is. Oh, the one at the bottom here is, yeah. This guy?
Yeah, so from my vantage, from what I'm seeing, it looks like I have, two guys. Like, is that? Oh, that's Gunnar.
Right next to you is Gunnar.
Yeah, Gunner's right next to you.
Right.
Yeah.
Never mind. I'm not attacking Gunnar.
No? After that phenomenal night?
Okay, let me rehash that because he looks very much like a bad guy token.
Thanks, AI.
It's the beard, isn't it?
Yeah.
And the man bun.
Yes, Doug is a beardist.
Oh, did I roll for
I'll just do a Sacred Flame on.
I forgot to roll for the Warforged.
I gotta get closer so I can do this. All right. So I was here.
Yep.
I'll come to here and I'll Sacred Flame this guy.
Okay.
And I guess I should probably click that.
Sacred Flame, dex save, or take 1 point of damage.
Oh shit! Fuck.
And he made it. Oh no! All right. The bandit captain for this first round thinks that his men are going to make short work of you, and he's not going to put himself in harm's way just yet. So he's going to hold his scimitar up, pointed at the, point generally toward the wagon, and yell, "Kill 'em, boys!" And then this bandit up here.
I'm gonna yell over to Gunner. I cast spells like you fuck.
Wow.
How would you know?
All right, so they don't have
cast
All
spells?
bards are bisexual.
the bandits have light crossbows, rather. So this one up on the rocks up top here is going to shoot at the Warforged with his crossbow. And I forget what Ajax armor class is. It is higher than he hits. It's like, ping! It hits off his metal plate. And that's his turn. Tegan, you're up next.
Dissonant Whispers on the guy. Actually, no, not Dissonant Whispers. Vicious Mockery on the guy up the other side of the stone.
Which one? Ping it? The guy close? All right. Ping it or click it so I know what to roll against. DC 14, wisdom save. Wisdom save. Not his strong suit.
Oh.
He takes 2 points of damage, and I believe that means he has disadvantage on his next attack. Yes. All right. Majesty? Unless Tegan wants to move.
Small.
Not yet. There's more people on this side than there is on the other side, so I'll wait.
Yep. All right, so Majesty.
All right, I'm going to move here.
Okay.
And then
Still on top of the wagon.
I'm going to... Hold on. Make sure the range is correct. Yep, the range is correct. I'm going to cast Charm Person on this guy.
Okay.
This guy.
On the leader.
The one guy that looks different from the rest of them.
Right. One is barking all the orders.
My spell DC is 15.
Is it a wisdom save?
It is a... I can't read shit. Alright. Just make a wisdom save, yes.
DC 14?
Yes.
All right. You see for a moment a flicker behind his eyes, but he kind of seems to shake it off.
Alright. Well, I mean, that was my action, so...
All right, and you did move. So this bandit up here is going to try to shoot at the Warforged as well. Ooh, and he takes a hit. You see a crossbow bolt lodge itself in Ajax's shoulder. Thunk. Euryxis?
Well, I'd like to get out of the wagon first. I guess I'll move.
Okay.
Is there? I'm assuming I can get out this way.
Yeah, either side you can get out.
There's a giant rock right there. That's 5, 10, 15, 20. I guess I'll engage in melee with this guy. Just attack for now.
Okay.
Right here. What? the
Swish
hell?
slash!
Oh.
And you killed him.
All right.
And if he hadn't taken the vicious mockery, he would not have died. So that was a pretty good combo, I guess, suppose. The bandit back here shouts, Lucas, no! Or Smith, Bill, Fred, George. All right, Gunner, you're up. You see Euryxis down one of them. The bandits that can see this happen look a little surprised and turn toward their captain. He's like, "You fools! Get them!"
Okay, well,
Which ones?
suppose I will bane the leader and then maybe these 2 crossbow guys off to the side.
Okay.
So charisma saves
Oh, they gotta save. That's
versus
true.
DC 14 for them.
All right, and the captain. Yep, I was right to assume that they would fail. And you're gonna move?
Yeah, I think I will move a little bit out in front, like, come and get some. I'll indicate I'm concentrating, and
Okay.
maybe say something to Imrion that may or may not be so inspiring.
But you're throwing an inspiration?
Basically, yeah, but, oh, when were you watching? When you weren't?
All right. So, I don't know. You have inspiration
What
for
type
your
of
next,
action is it
whenever.
giving inspiration?
It's a bonus action.
So that's my turn.
All right. Ajax is going to approach the man with the crossbow that is not on the rock wall because he can get to him. And he is going to use his arm blade. He kind of like flexes and 2 blades pop out of his forearms. And he makes 2 slashes at the bandit. And he hits once. This bandit that is next to Gunnar will drop his crossbow. Actually, he had a scimitar out anyway, so he's going to attempt to scimitar you. It's AC 11, which is a giant miss. This bandit has a crossbow out and will shoot at Euryxis, who just downed one of his buddies. With a terrible miss, AC 5. Imrion, actually, so why did I added 2 guys and they didn't go. Oh, that's why. Hold on. Do that. After Ajax Bandit, and then Master Lutheus dives into the wagon. And then the commoner
Aw, Daddy's spared.
leaps over the back of the front railing and ducks for cover. And now it's Imrion's turn. Let me just do this. There. And you have advantage if you want it. Or Bardic Inspiration, rather. Doug, you there?
Sorry. Jesus Christ. I was focusing on band names. Back to the game.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
All right. I'm gonna run out, fucking stab this guy with my rapier.
Okay. Head-on charge. Go for it. Oh, not so good.
Ah,
You don't have advantage, by the way. But even still.
no, I don't have advantage.
All right, the bandit captain, who is now wondering what the fuck is going on here, he's going to move to here. He's not going to put his back to the horses because he doesn't know if mage-bred horses will fight back. But he has multi-attack, so he will attempt to... Oh my god. Okay. He takes 2 scimitar and a dagger swipe on Gunnar. AC 12, AC 10, and that's the wrong one. AC 7. Wow, miss. Do you have a shield?
Nope.
Okay, you're just blocking with your rapier or whatever it is sword you have.
I mean, I do have a shield, but I'm not wielding it.
Okay. So you have an AC 14 or 12?
AC 14.
Without the
between
shield?
my dex and my studded leather.
Okay, just checking. Because if you had only an AC 12, one of them would have hit you. Oh, no, yeah, doesn't matter. He has a minus D4 anyway, so keep that in mind. All right, this bandit with crossbow has a minus D4. He's going to try to shoot at Ajax because he's the only one on that side. And, wow, critical fail with a minus 2. So he whiffs it. You hear thunk as a crossbow bolt hits the side of the wagon somehow. Tegan, you're up.
All right. We're going to go with Dissonant Whispers on this guy.
Okay. I need to make a wisdom save, I believe, against... Here, link it. All right. Ooh, crit success!
That one. There we go.
Yeah, he rolled a 20. Wow, they're saving
damn it.
tonight. Yeah, Majesty.
Right, but wait a minute.
What? Oh, they take half damage. You're right.
Half damage.
He still takes 6 damage. Yep.
And he doesn't have to move away.
Right. Okay, so you still hit him pretty good. Can you see their health bars at all? No?
No.
Okay. Majesty?
Alright, this time I'm going to use command on the captain here
Okay.
and say drop prone.
Okay.
Still DC 14.
Wisdom, right?
Correct, but he's
Wow. I'm not doing this to screw you, Jamie. You got a 16.
Alright, Bane doesn't do anything with saving throws.
Oh! Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, he drops prone.
Alright, thank you. And as a bonus action,
No, thank you for reminding me. I'm terrible at remembering little things like that.
as a
bonus action?
I'm going to say, Gunnar, hit that thing like you should have hit that girl last night.
Wow, are you trying to give him inspiration or a complex?
I was trying to give him inspiration, but
Could go either way.
All right, Eurixis, unless Mardigan wants to move.
I do not want to move.
All right, then it's Eurixis' turn.
Well, I do want to move. There.
Okay.
And attack this guy. There's mine. There it is.
Damn, he's dead too.
Ah.
He's like this blue blur. Stab, stab.
Woo! We work well together.
Gotta go fast.
All right, I'm going to.
I weakened him a smidge for you. You know that, right?
All right, this bandit drops his crossbow, draws his scimitar, and with a minus D4, he attempts to hit Ajax and misses. You hear just like the arm blade just slaps the guy's scimitar out of his face. Boom! Gunnar, you're up. If you attack the captain, you have advantage because he's prone.
And you have inspiration.
Can I go through the carriage?
Yes, but it's going to be double move because you're leaping into, running through it, and hopping out the other side. So those 2 squares will count as 10 feet.
Even with that, it gets me 1 square closer than if I went around.
Yep.
I wonder, are there rules for... I mean, he's prone. Can I just kind of walk on top of him to keep him down?
I would consider that if I was DM. Sorry to step on your toes.
Yeah, no, I'm listening.
I would consider that a grapple.
It would be a grapple, is what I was going to say as well. And it would provoke an attack of opportunity from the bandit that's in melee range with you because you'd have to step out of his threat range to straddle the guy. So it would be, I would say, opposed strength.
Okay, so
or athletics if you have it.
Okay, so it would be a...
It'd be a
grapple
wrestling maneuver, yeah.
Action, okay.
Yeah. Remember, you can choose non-lethal damage if you want to hit him and you don't want to kill him.
Right. Yeah, well, given the options, I think I will just bonk.
All right.
So,
damn.
You have advantage.
That's
there we go.
yeah, but you should have rolled it with advantage because I'm going to take the first damage die because that was the initial one that you rolled.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, you definitely hit him. You didn't do much, but you definitely hit him.
Mm-hmm.
All right. This.
Why
bandit.
would I hit her?
All right.
I just shake my head.
Imrion just came flying up to him and tried to stab him. So he's going to try to stab at Imrion with his scimitar.
Or did you mean I should try to fuck this guy?
Wow. All right. He misses.
No, we
AJ.
want a successful attempt.
I think you should get an intimidate roll for that.
Advantage.
That would be an actual. Wait. He's threatening to fuck the guy?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he just did.
Yeah.
I'm going to do a morale roll in a second. All right. But first, you hear a gurgling scream, and anybody who looks over sees that the bandit up to the top has been almost sliced in half. I rolled really good. Both above 20. So he's just like... This Warforged is only a challenge rating 1, so remind me not to put you up against any. And then he turns his view at the... Right?
Warforged are OP.
He turns his attention to the bandit on the hill and begins to unlimber his javelins. The bandit does not notice that happening. You hear Lutheus's voice. Are they dead yet? Imrion. Remember, you do have bardic inspiration as well.
Oh yeah.
You can always do. Where is it? Isn't there a musical? Yeah, that.
Oh, okay. And that gives me 1d6, right? Like, so
Yep.
if I screw
To a
the roll
D20
up, I
roll,
can
yeah.
roll a d6. Is that how it
Correct.
works?
That's right.
All right.
But I won't tell you if you hit or miss. You have to decide if you want to roll the d20.
D20? I thought it was d6.
I mean d6. Sorry, you roll
Okay.
the d20 first. I assume you're gonna hold on to it. That's a pretty good one.
I'm gonna hold with that. Yeah.
Yeah. You hit him for 7. You do a pretty good solid hit. Leaving him very bloodied, and he shouts out, "Captain!" The bandit captain spends half of his movement to stand up, looks at Gunner and leers, and tries to stab you 3 times. And he hits twice. The scimitar hits you twice, the dagger misses, but the scimitars do a total of 11 damage.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Oh, yeah. The Bane.
You only take 5. The first one still hits you. Even with the Bane.
Okay.
I think that second one would have hit you, but something about the way his arm twitches at the last second and he just misses.
Okay, I maintain concentration.
Spell maintains, perfect. And that's all he's gonna do. There we go. This bandit up here that sees the Warforged coming for him is going to try to shoot him with his crossbow, and he misses. Tegan.
All right, Tegan is going to go through the carriage.
Yep.
So that would be, what, 10, 20, 30.
It'd be 25 coming out of the wagon. And then, yeah.
It's also
Excuse me, Daddy.
That's 30.
Oh,
Yeah.
And this dude, I will
Yep.
command to die.
Alright. Wisdom save, right? TC 14. Oh, he makes it. They're being rugged for their willpower, these low-level bandits. Bonus action, or do we go on to Majesty? Alright, go to Majesty.
Yeah, go to Majesty. I can't. I don't have any bonus items.
You have Bardic Inspiration. That's really all you have at this level.
Well, I can give Bardic Inspiration probably to Majesty because he's the only one that's close enough.
Alright. Yeah, it's 30 feet, right? The Warforged is close too, but yep. Alright,
He doesn't need it. He chopped somebody in half.
that's true.
Hey there, Meadow Man. Go.
I wasn't expecting that, but cool.
Jump off the wagon.
Okay. He's off the wagon, guys. All right.
Crap.
Advantage.
Can I go tie that other guy up because he's, quote, dead now?
He's not dead. He's saved.
Oh, you're right. Damn it.
So we can take the prone icon off this guy.
I did, didn't I?
Oh, well, I'm lagged.
The dot's Bane. Oh, okay.
I know I'm lagged out because I'll have to refresh after my turn here.
Okay.
I'm going to attempt to stab him with my dagger.
Okay.
Like, I thought I told you to be prone.
And you hit for 7. That's a pretty good hit. Stab. Slip it between the folds of his studded leather armor. And that's your turn, done?
That's my turn.
All right, you're Ixis.
I might as well stab this guy.
Can you go for 3?
Can I go for 3? That is a good question.
Wait, that's Gunner. No, I'm just kidding.
All right, so here's the irony. The 3 that you've killed have all been hit immediately prior to your turn.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you're cleaning up.
Yeah, my cleanup crew. It's fine.
Yep. He's done for. You done? No bonus?
Yeah, that's it.
Gunnar, advantage if you want to take it.
Yes, I will take advantage of. Wait, that would sound wrong.
That's right. You take advantage of him, just like you took advantage last night.
I love it. This is gonna be great. All right. Bonus action or no?
Does he already have? I guess he could get multiple inspirations, couldn't he?
No, I think you can only have one at a time.
Okay. Okay, yeah. Otherwise, see, now this is how you stab someone.
Who? That just your battle cry, or is that an inspiration for somebody?
It
sounded like a battle cry to me.
Okay.
Inspiration for Majesty and a battle cry and taunt for the enemy, but regardless, that's it for me.
Good enough. All right.
Good job, Gunner. Way to penetrate for once.
Don't listen to them, Gunner. You do what feels comfortable, sweetie.
All right. Ajax is gonna hurl a javelin at the bandit on the cliff.
You should have just stopped at Ajax is gonna hurl.
Ajax is gonna hurl.
I could do that.
Jabs him in the gut. All right, I'm gonna roll something for that guy. All right. He's cowering. Imrion.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That's
Yeah,
you.
recognize my own name for once. Okay. I guess I just have to go here and get stabby.
Ooh.
I'm
Way to
gonna
not penetrate, Imrion.
I'm gonna fucking roll my bard die.
All right.
See if that does it. 1d6, right?
Ooh, it just does it. Just does it. He takes the 3 piercing. Thwap. All right. The bandit captain who is
Connor, I was
surrounded
inspired by you.
and only has an almost dead companion is going to hold his hands up, say, "I yield! I yield!" And he waves at the bandit up on the cliff. Stand down! The bandit on the cliff does one further and drops his weapons and runs. You asshole! The captain yells, but it's too late. Ajax does not pursue. He says, "Fine. Do your worst. What are you going to do with me? We're in the middle of nowhere.
We're gonna sit you down and have Gunner plays drum for you.
Am I supposed to be scared of that?"
I was gonna say Gunner's gonna penetrate you, but all right, drums it is.
I hadn't planned on that.
Which, the drums or the penetration?
Either.
I mean, you could use some practice.
Lutheus wanders up. He says, "Hold him steady for a moment, would you please?"
Okay.
I'll pick the horse.
You kind of hold his arms out, and he reaches around, comes out with a pouch. It's like, yeah.
It's around.
I say we release him into the woods here for his own, to his own devices. We can't exactly turn around. We have pressing business in Gallowspire. I believe this should take care of our troubles. And he shakes the guy's money pouch.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Seems fair to me.
We'll take a look in the wagon. The captain spits on the ground. He's like, "If I ever see you again, go ahead," he says. "Threaten a bunch of armed people in the middle of nowhere like this. See where that gets you." And the bandit kind of shuts up.
I'm gonna go around and see if the left wheel is like broken. We have to fix that.
The wagon's actually really sturdy. It's just going to need to be lifted over the hole.
Okay.
And between Ajax and Gunnar, you probably have more than enough strength to do it.
Oh yeah, I'm totally letting the guys do that.
But if you follow Lutheus's lead, then he directs you to basically guide the captain over here somewhere, and then just kind of shove him into the woods. Everybody okay with that, or do you resist?
Well, if that's what you do around here.
Like I said, I'm not hauling his ass 3 days to Gallowspire, and there's certainly no point in turning around now. We've already lost 2 hours travel. We'd add another 4.
I agree completely.
All right, have fun, Mr. Bandit. And he kind of pushes him toward the woods.
Wait,
Let's
so
see
there's a dead body at her feet, though?
There's a couple bodies, yeah. Unless
Look at
Eurixus is
horses.
pulling his punches.
No, he was not.
Gunnar, show me on the bandit where you didn't touch the girl.
Well, everywhere but the hand.
I'll walk up behind Gunnar and pat him on the shoulder and say, "Don't worry. We all have performance issues." And I'm going to give him a cure wounds.
All right. For 6, not bad.
Do we now? Well, thank you.
Well, not all of us.
Ajax is going to hop back up on the wagon. Lutheus says, "Well, if there's nothing else, let's get going. We have a long journey ahead of us." And you all pile back into the wagon. Lutheus is, of course, "Where were we?" "Ah, yes, negotiating. You have another 8 hours of travel, and for the sake of argument, I'm going to say you don't come to an agreement. You keep kind of wrestling with the, how long is the terms? Why is it only, why does it have to be 10%? Why can't we get this much, whatever?" And he's trying to explain.
Inspiration for the next 10 minutes, so maybe Gunnar should
That's
make
true.
a persuasion roll to see if he can get a better rate.
Well, all this technical business type jargon is putting Tegan to sleep, so she's gonna fall asleep on Eurixus' shoulder.
Well, I'm going to say that he doesn't come to an agreement for a while. Like, he wants to drag this out. You see that he's not exactly pushing either. Like, he's a master negotiator. He probably deals with this kind of thing all the time. So you feel like he's waiting for you to say something so that he can bump it back up to the 15 that he started at. Right now, he's settled on the 10 that you requested. And it's highly irregular, of course. But after a few more hours of travel, as the sun is just starting to come down, you see a sign on the side of the road, and it says, "Next Gold Dragon, 1 mile." And those are on top of it, that is. And there's a little continual light glowing on the sign, so you can read it even in the dead of night. Not that you're traveling at night, but you can see the glow. And it is getting just close to sundown. But after another hour or so, you see a Gold Dragon Inn. This one is the same design, but it is considerably smaller than the building that you left behind. I wonder if there's a picture of them. There is, but I can't really show you. But if you Google Gold Dragon, or if you type in the chat here, Gold Dragon Inns, you get a picture of the inn. Actually, I can put it on Discord. That's the official picture from the book in Discord. The big gold dragons resplendent on the roof. There are a couple buildings nearby, but they look like they're just in service to managing the inn. You see like a small farm. You see a blacksmith. You see a couple houses that you assume are the homes of the people that run the farm and the blacksmith shop. Probably a couple other small buildings that I can't think of off the top of my head, but basically not a town so much as just a tiny little infrastructure to run this inn. And as you pull up to the inn, you hear the sounds of music, laughing, cheering inside. And we're gonna go. Let me. 1 second. I'll put you back here because the layout is exactly the same.
I thought you said it was smaller, though.
I know, but I'm using the same layout. It doesn't have as many floors vertically, let's say.
That's fair.
You see a lot more people in here.
Got that same gold creepy statue.
Yes.
Hey, look, it's a violet.
Oh no! She's with somebody else. She traveled here ahead of you.
Second chance.
All right. And on the stage, you see two performers. You see a tiefling who is belting out some baritone. He's really good. Yada yada. And beside him and slightly behind him, you see a woman with red hair, and her eyes catch your gaze when you first walk into the tavern. And with mic drop, I'm going to end tonight's game right here.
Wow, is that who I think it is?
Is it? It looks like it.
Oh, I'm so sleeping with her.
I believe it is.
in the young token format.
I wonder who that is.
I don't know. You can stop the stream, Jamie.
Alright, stopping.
And we know her HP.